Hello there. I'm pretty sure we're
I can
live.
hear you.
Okay, good.
Yep, I got a little live button in
All
window of
right.
my
Well,
thing
so
counting.
hey, Roland, tell the people who you are, where they can find you, what you're all about, and why you're sitting in what looks like a library right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dork Knight's WrestleMania aftermath coverage, Dynamite Rampage wrestling podcast. My name's Roland. I am sitting in my comic book shop, Cosmic Comics, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I know Danny through Cosmic Comics and a bunch of other things here in Las Vegas over the years. Sitting here in the shop working on some Uncanny X-Men tonight, taking a little lunch break to hop on here, talk some WrestleMania for you guys, so you can see kind of all the fun stuff in the background.
Dude,
Best
you
place
just
to find
posted
me
a
for
sweet Eric Larson issue of Amazing on your Twitter
I did,
that like
yeah. So it was
brought
Eric
a tear to
was
my eye because yeah.
so I just put out another mini restock of Amazing Spider-Man, your early '90s stuff. So that one was 344, first appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who becomes Carnage, and that was
Yeah.
Eric Larson for an inside art.
I
So yeah.
love Eric Larson, but somebody was saying earlier today that do you know anything about apparently he's like gone crazy on Twitter or something? Do you know anything about this?
So he doesn't have a work account and a personal account. He just has one, and it mixes. So you'll get
Uh-huh.
his political posts and his opinion posts along with comic posts or industry posts. So there's a little filtering you have to do. He's
I
in his
love like
views.
Eric Larson, just because of my age, Eric Larson, Todd McFarlane, um, was it Bagley? And it was Bagley's part.
Yeah,
Yeah, like those guys were to me, those were my Spider-Man artists because like when I came up, late 80s, early 90s. And then
right.
of course they all jumped ship to Image. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please continue with your
Oh, no,
intro.
that's okay. No, so here, if you guys want to follow me, you can. Twitter is the best place. It's at Lucky Mussolino, LuckyMusolino, or you could just search on Cosmic Comics. You'll see my anything like that. Cosmic Comics LE for Las Vegas because that's where we're at. Hit up the shop if you
And you can
guys
visit
like
their website at
comics.
cosmiccomics.vegas. It's the largest and best comic book shop in all of the Las Vegas Valley. Sorry.
The Dot Vegas was set up by an artist formerly known as Fatbeard, I believe, is the one that set up that web address for us.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
But yeah, I mean, sports fan, comic guy, so that's what you're going to see on my feed. Two of my teams won today, so you're going to see my Twitter feed too, and that's about it. Yeah.
Right on, man. Yeah, right on. Well, I'd be remiss since you mentioned sports. Like, what do you think about the GOAT not retiring after
Tom
all?
Brady
And of
coming.
course, of course, I'm talking about Brady. Come on.
Of course. I mean, so I'm a Tampa Bay fan from back in the day, so Brady coming the Bucks is I'm all for him coming back. Let's go for 2 Super Bowls. Let's go for that's a great plan. There's a lot of talk out there how he wanted to go to San Francisco or Miami. Tampa Bay is the right place. It's the best place to retire. Best team
Yeah.
around him. Let's go.
I mean, that's like Florida is where all the retirees go anyway. So I mean, he's already there. He might
Yeah,
as well just wait it out.
yeah. You already got the house. You already got the books
What's he
already
got?
done. Hey,
Seven rings right now.
7
Is
rings
that
for
right?
Brady. Yeah.
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 So damn, I don't think he can do it. I've always made the joke like I'd love for him to retire with one on every finger, but he'd have to get 3 more. I don't. I think he'd get one
I
more,
mean,
so he could do every finger, no thumbs. You know what I mean? He could do that maybe, but that
so
dude is
I mean, like
so good.
he had an Infinity Gauntlet. He's towards getting every Lantern Core ring. That's what he needs. So yeah,
Yeah. He's
he
getting the
is.
Infinity Gauntlet of football.
Yeah. I mean, he's got all the core 7. He's just working on Black Lanterns, White Lanterns, and Gold Lanterns is what's he's working on now. So
Yeah, right on. Well, well, thanks for letting everybody know a little bit about you. I really appreciate. Roland and I have been friends for a very long time. We've known each other. I've been out here in Vegas for a while.
yeah,
And you guys all know about me, so you can follow me right here at Dork Knight LV. And if you're into this kind of thing, this is a new thing we're trying out. I doubt there'll be anybody in the chat because this was super last minute. It's like midnight. But Any excuse I can get to talk about wrestling with somebody, I will take. So we're going to talk a little
Sure.
wrestling. If you like it, if you like the video, like it, share it, comment on it. Maybe we'll do more of these. If it's a complete and total flop, maybe not. But anyway, that said, um, let's start with WrestleMania Saturday. What'd you think of WrestleMania?
So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show. I was sufficiently sports entertained at the end. WWE
Sports
can still put on
entertained.
a spectacle when they want to. You know, did it have the best storyline into it? No. Did it have the culmination of feuds and things that we're used to on? No. Did I sit there with big old grin on my face for most of it? Yeah. I mean, did I enjoy the high spots, the oohs and ahs, the entrances, the whole pageantry? That's what WrestleMania weekend. Glad they got to put that off. That was great. I loved it.
All right,
So
so I don't even remember if there was a pre-show. If there was, I didn't watch it. Was there a pre-show on Saturday? Like,
so
did they do a?
there was a pre-show on both days, but there were no matches on either
Okay,
pre-show. And I don't recall any promos. I think it was just the pre-promo packages, the pre-tapes that they do, the video
okay.
packages.
So Saturday, we're going off memory here, guys. Remember, this is impromptu, off the cuff. If we mix stuff up or forget stuff, whatever. It's not like we're getting paid to do this shit. What was do you remember, like, the first? Because I remember the matches. I just don't remember what was the tag team match. The first match. Was it the Usos? I think that was the first match, right? The
Yeah,
Usos
well, Usos started off WrestleMania because it bookended Usos starting, Roman ending it. So we had
ending.
that.
Okay. So, and that was the
In
match
terms of, like,
that Rick Boogs got injured in,
Rick
and like it was like a shoot, and
yeah,
like because I guess he was trying to like do a Bianca Belair thing with the two of them,
yeah,
and his quad tore off of his
yeah.
right. Yeah, and yeah, that sucks, man. He's gonna be out like a year probably.
Yeah, I mean that one when it first happened, and the way credit to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, first happened, it played off like it was work, and then just a little bit later until you can see the people down there, and he wasn't coming back. I thought it was going to build to a babyface comeback. I can strive through it, hot tag with Nakamura. When you realize that wasn't happening, and then the match just kind of ended, they called for the finish. You're like, that's a legit injury, and then they
Yeah, no, yeah,
confirmed it.
they carried him out. I don't know if it was
Yeah,
on WrestleMania, but I remember seeing photos of it later where they were like carrying him out on the side.
clearing him out.
Um,
Yeah.
so there was it was Usos versus Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. I don't remember the
Yeah.
next match, but let's go into the Miz match because that one was pointless.
Isn't
Why
Logan
did the
Paul? Yeah.
Miz? Yeah, why did Miz turn on? Okay, so like the Miz and Logan Paul win the match. Whatever.
Right.
Why did the Miz turn on Logan Paul? What were they trying to do there? Because
Because you're setting up Miz Logan Paul for SummerSlam. Like that's why you do that.
but nobody likes Logan Paul, and the Miz is still a shitbag heel. You know what I mean? So
The Miz is going to be the heel. Logan's going to be the face. That's
there's
going to
no
be hard to
way
get over. But
there's no way Logan Paul is going to get over as a face. I mean, there's no way. People were cheering the Miz for turning on him. You saw that, right? I mean, like,
that's good. I mean, I don't think it's going to work, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to do them two at SummerSlam or at some pay-per-view. Logan's going to be the face. It's not going to go over well. Um, maybe they pull out some kind of storyline, the way to do it. Maybe they have something up their sleeve to do it. Maybe they're just like, nope, that's what we want.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with Logan Paul. I mean, like,
Yeah.
this is just like my opinion, man. But
Right.
Logan Paul is a YouTuber, pompous asshole, wannabe boxer,
Yeah.
had some lucky fights because he knows how to pick his opponents. I don't like the guy. Most people I know don't like him. The reason he's got such a huge fan base is it's kind of like the Howard Stern thing. It's like he's got more hate watchers, than anybody. People just like
Yeah.
watch him because they hate him. I don't see him getting like he'd have to change so much in real because because of social media and how
Right.
different wrestling is now and the lines are so blurred. He'd have to change so much about his presentation outside of wrestling to get over as a face in wrestling, as my opinion, that it just seems stupid to me for them to do that. Like it would have made more sense for him to run a program as a heel with a face,
I mean, they could do heel versus heel. I mean, I'm a bad guy, but you betrayed me, student teacher. I'm bigger in Hollywood and a bigger celebrity than you are, Miz. That's why you're jealous of me. I mean, they get good promos out of it where they're both heels and going back and forth against each other.
Uh-huh.
The one thing I'll say about that match,
We have somebody in the chat. Smash that like button, Vader. And if you want to join us, buddy, let me know. Anyway, go ahead.
Welcome.
Sorry. Yeah, I got excited. We actually have somebody in here.
I was impressed in Paul just in ring. I know has been training as a boxer, has professional fights. He's going to have some athletic skill, but just how he was able to move, and I'm assuming was a limited amount of time of training there. So I know if they put on a decent match that's in his wheelhouse, Miz is a great worker. He's a safe worker. They give Logan some high spots. They structure the match well. You can.
I will say he was really impressive. I will give him that. Like Logan Paul was very impressive. And hold up for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please welcome from the Salty Nerd Podcast, my dear friend Matt Vader.
Hey, bro. Stop it. I'm sick. I've been sick for the last 3 days.
Oh,
you tell?
Well, shit. Well, thanks for joining. I know this was super last minute. Like
I got that sexy ass deep throat voice going.
That Shawn Michaels raspy voice.
Yeah. Roland, hello. Nice to meet you. How are you?
Oh shit, Roland, did you freeze? Are 3 people bogging you down? I think so. I don't know. Well, at least you're here. We can talk.
Okay, just to give you a little heads up. Having a little bit of IT difficulty, whole skipping thing from before. It's a little choppy on my end. Best I can.
Starting to catch up. It'll catch up.
Yeah. So we were just talking about WrestleMania Night 1. We're only like 2 matches in, so you're not too far behind.
I didn't watch any WrestleMania, so I was at work.
Oh,
cool. But here's what I did, and I'll just be brief because I got to go to sleep pretty soon because I can't stay. I'm sick, man.
Okay, for sure.
I have got caught up on Dynamite and Rampage this week.
Okay? Oh, we can talk about that then because that's on the agenda too.
Yeah,
skip that.
Jesus Christ, I have not seen wrestling like this on TV,
dude,
in ever. What did you think? I just literally got done watching that Wheeler Muda.
Right, I literally texted Roland about that. What's it, John Moxley?
Yeah, I haven't seen a blood crimson mask like that on TV in forever.
He had the remember. He had the brightest red blood.
Oh, did you notice that?
That was crazy.
That was just the absolute clinics AEW is giving us for free on TV.
I know.
The
episode started with Bryan Danielson and ended with John Moxley. So the Blackpool, what are they called? Blackpool something society.
I don't know. Blackpool make William Regal think you're cool society. I guess.
But
something like that. Yeah.
They bookended the show and did a great job with it. Yeah.
I love that whole gimmick that they've come up with there. I really do. It's like we're badasses and maybe we'll shake your hand if you give us a hard enough fight kind of thing. And maybe it's really cool.
In Wednesday show, my God, that opener with so we'd never seen. Tell me your thoughts on the Christian Cage Adam Cole match because we'd never seen that match.
Yeah, that was the one that I didn't see. It's the only.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of had to skip through some of it. But
no worries. Unfortunately, we lost.
I come on, and your friend bails. I'm sorry.
No, I think he said he was having some IT trouble.
Okay, there he is.
Bring him back. But so Adam Cole won, of course. But at the end, it's set up like the tag match for
he's gonna get a Texas death match with.
He's gonna So Adam Cole's getting a Texas death match with Adam Page,
right?
And the Adam Cole's friends that Fish and O'Reilly are getting a tag match against Christian Cage's friends.
That's the Jungle Dude and Dinosaur Boy.
Yeah. The Lucha Express or whatever. Yeah. So okay, so if you missed that one, then dude, did you see the FTR Young Bucks match?
That was
my
the
God.
match I watched. I watched that, and I think I made some comments in our Discord about I watched the FTR match, which was just an absolute tag team clinic. It was just incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
Dude,
to watch
they are so good.
TV.
And if they're teasing Bret Hart, if that actually happens, oh my God.
As what? Like a manager or something?
As the FTR's manager. You haven't heard about this?
I have not.
No. Oh wow. Yeah, no, they've been doing it a lot of stuff on Twitter where they like are tweeting Bret Hart and Bret Hart interacts with them. And then the Young Bucks a couple weeks ago in a promo said something like when the week after they fired Tully, the Young Bucks said, "We don't care if you have no manager or if you go out and get the best there is manager." You know what I mean? And that was a direct
okay, that's cool
nod to Bret Hart. So I really hope.
Hope that
happens.
I've really enjoyed the AEW product this week because I'm always at work, so I never get to see it. And when I do get to see it, I just kind of fast forward just to kind of keep up with what's up. But
yeah,
I've had some time to sit down and actually watch some matches this week, and like stuff like the Hardys coming on and having a tables match with Butcher and the Blade.
That match,
awesome.
It was good. It was really good, but it was confusing as hell because people went through some tables and the match didn't get. I always thought it was like if you go through a table, you lose.
Well, it did seem like there was some wonky tables going on there. I'll admit, but.
Roland, you're back. Are you working? Is it working?
I am back. It's working better now. Yeah. So
okay, good.
We're good.
All right. So sorry, we went over the Christian Cage stuff, and now we're going over the Young. Then we just finished the Young Bucks, and now
from Dynamite.
We touched on them, but I was like the Hardy stuff, man. I don't know how Jeff Hardy can still do that.
It's called heroin. He doesn't feel any pain.
That dude is. I don't get it. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, he jumped off the side of the wall in the auditorium there into a couple tables in like the street brawl kind of thing, and it was just like, God
bless Jeff Hardy. I hope the fact that they're ending their career, the Hardys are ending their career in AEW, does not exclude them from being in the WWE Hall of Fame because they are first ballot Hall of Famers in my opinion. They are so good, and to be so good this late in their career. And to still give the fans it hurts me watching Hardy give a swanton because I don't know if you know, every time he gives somebody a swanton, he gets up and he's like, "Oh yeah," it's like he hurts more. Yeah, he's hurting more than the people he's landing it on. You know what I mean? But he does it for us. So
yeah, man, cool. He's crazy.
What'd you think of the? And Roland, these are questions for both of you.
Okay,
we switched gears. We're gonna go over AEW before Vader goes.
Okay.
Because he can't stay that long.
Yeah, I'm sick.
By the way, it's going. Nice to meet you, Vader.
Nice to meet you too, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
are you here in Vegas too?
Yeah. No, this is Cosmic.
Oh, Cosmic Comics. Okay, all right.
That's where he is. Eventually, someday soon.
I think I see you down at the coffee shop.
There'll be maybe, yeah.
Maybe someday. That's all good. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah. Unofficial sponsor of the Salty Nerd Podcast someday.
There you
go. But so what do you guys think of the shit with Wardlow and MJF and how they Sean Spears took on Sean Dean, who, if you remember, or I'm sorry, Captain Sean Dean, who beat MJF because of CM Punk.
I don't really know a whole lot about it because I'm really just kind of getting back into the whole thing,
Okay.
But I do think MGF is just like one of the best heels ever. Right now.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does. I mean, I chuckle when I just watch like a little YouTube videos of fans coming in up to him at like conventions and things for autographs, and he's just like never out of character.
Wasn't that you? Was that you that shared the one with the little girl? That one was.
I was
great.
Like, your parents made a mistake when your dad pulled out. That kind of stuff. It was just ridiculous. It's so dirty. And this little 11-year-old girl. It's fun.
But she was a champ about it. She was giving him shit back. That was so great. And I love how the announcers put him over as such a scumbag too. They're
Mhm.
always like, "Oh, we're the worst human on earth," you know. Like, none of them like him.
I do like how they're telling the story where they're keeping MJF and Wardlow apart, and they're able to do the feud without them being in the same ring and the same, video thing, same
Mhm.
building almost. So I
Yeah.
think they're doing it really well too, because eventually they'll figure out a way to where Wardlow, what he has to overcome is just getting in the ring with MJF, and then he'll have to overcome Shawn and the Pinnacle and other things there.
Well, the
But just
Pinnacle's over, bro. I'm telling you now. Like FTR,
Pinnacle
they're
2.0, whatever, something. Maybe it's just Shawn, but I mean, he'll have some hurdles. But like, just that right now, keeping them apart, but still having Wardlow feature, it's just great of
Yeah.
how they are structuring it. So
no. I mad props to Tony Khan. He's doing such a great job. Like AEW is what reignited my love of wrestling. Like you remember, man. Like
oh
you
yeah,
know, we've known each other for years. I was like, I would give you shit for watching wrestling. I was like, yeah, I used to watch that shit. It's garbage. Blah blah blah. And
yeah.
then like I remember you're the first person I ever heard about AEW from.
Oh,
And
okay,
you were telling me
okay,
about it, and I was like, "Oh, really?" Because their first show was here in Vegas.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I wish I would have been able to go to that. That would have
Oh,
been
yeah,
really
you
cool.
went, didn't you, Roland?
I did. Yeah, I was at the first
Yeah,
floor. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Those bastards got tickets to Double or Nothing. I have my buddy Burke and I are going to Dynamite, but I'd rather go to Double or Nothing. But I'm not going to complain. I mean, So.
No, I
I'm
mean
to the.
it was before they were forming AEW. From old AJ Styles days, Bullet Club stuff. So that's kind of how I learned and knew about the Young Bucks and everybody over in New Japan and Kenny, and then Cody teamed up with them, and I started following them just on their blog and
Oh
being
my
the
God.
elite. Yeah,
We'll get into Cody when we talk about.
but just
I
just
can't wait to
that
talk about the Cody stuff.
That's pretty
Yeah.
just
wild.
like that
That's pretty wild.
all their how they reached out to fans and how they were wrestling in Ring of Honor that time that morphed into them making AEW. Just following it as this is an interesting way to tell a story and follow wrestling that was very different than from WWE at the time.
Oh,
The
dude.
matches were very different. Just led into that happening, and then now they're mainstream. I can tell friends like you, my other buddy back in Philly, other people, hey, you should watch this. I know you're a lapsed WWE fan. Just try it out.
Burke, you know Burke, Roland.
Oh yeah, Burke.
Burke won't even watch WWE. So like
Okay.
so we chat
Yeah,
like
I don't either.
yeah, so we chat like 3-4. Well, WrestleMania is WrestleMania though. I
Yeah.
figure everybody watches
Yeah, it's
WrestleMania.
Canadian. Yeah.
So I was like talking to him about WrestleMania. He's like, "Bro, I haven't watched WWE in years. I don't know anything about WrestleMania." I was like, "Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I guess I'll call Roland." It's like,
I mean, I will say this as how they structured WrestleMania. If you haven't watched anything since last year's WrestleMania, you probably had an easy entry point to get in and figure out who was who and what to do. Maybe one video package, but it was very, that's just a lot of people who haven't watched before will be watching now.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to
Yeah.
bore Matt.
No, you're good.
Vader with
You're
this.
good.
So we'll go back to
We can talk about
guys.
Cody or
What
something if you
about Samoa Joe?
Yeah,
making his AEW premiere in the Owen Hart qualifier. That was dope, right?
that was when I was like flipping through the channels, right? And I'm like, what? Samoa Joe? What's he doing on AEW, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. So that immediately hooked me, and I'm just like, because I really like that dude. He's just a badass,
Oh, and he's brought the Muscle Buster back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
that's what I like about AEW, man. They just let these guys go, and it's so cool. Yeah.
No, I'm glad he's there. I like the fact that when he was announced, they announced him as both Ring of Honor and AEW. So I'm hoping he could be the person to bridge both shows, or maybe he's a Ring of Honor OG and he conflicts with AEW or some.
Here's my theory.
Thing,
Tell me what you think about this. Theory / what I hope they do.
Okay.
Now that Tony Khan's bought ROH, I'd like to see ROH be their version of NXT. That's like, you know what I mean? Like
right.
The AEW Rampage and Dynamite's got the big TV deals and national exposure, the rabid fan base. ROH has always had a good fan base, but never really mainstream. And so they use that platform as their developmental.
Well,
And they,
I mean,
and they have people like Samoa. Or go ahead. Yeah.
in the 2 shows that I watched this week, you got our fuck the revive FTR.
Uh-huh.
They're Ring of Honor's tag champs, right? You
Mhm.
got Wheeler
And
Yuta.
AAA,
Wheeler Yuta's got a Ring
the
of
pure
Honor
title.
belt.
Yeah, he's a pure
And
title.
there was another Ring of Honor belt that was up I think in the last 2 shows as well, right?
The women's title, doesn't Serena Deeb have it? I think it's a women's
I don't know,
title.
but I feel like they're showcasing the Ring of Honor guys really well.
See, I honestly I didn't
So-
watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, so I didn't know. Like, I'll have to.
I
Google
don't
that.
watch Ring of Honor either. I don't know who these
Yeah.
people are, so that's why
Yeah.
it's really cool to me. I'm like, well, I mean, I know who FTR is, of course, but this Wheeler Yuta dude, I've never seen this guy wrestle before. I don't know anything about this dude, and he just completely
Dude,
blood
his
mop
match
from hell, and
yeah.
it was amazing. It was just
Roland, I know you haven't seen it because you're at work, dude. You
Yeah.
read about it, but
Oh,
you
God.
got to watch that match. It's a 20-minute clinic, and he's got a
Wow.
crimson mask for at least 10 minutes of it.
oh yeah,
Wow,
it lasts like
okay.
10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
okay.
incredible. It's like
Okay.
one of those ones where Mox just like drives him into the stairs, right? And the camera just goes right down on his face, and he's just gushing blood.
Yeah.
Just
He does
like
basically
old Ric
does
Flair
the,
style, man. It's
yeah, he does
incredible.
the Seth Rollins curb stomp onto the stairs.
Oh,
And then when he
wow,
comes
okay.
up, he's just gushing blood.
Yeah,
So
it's
was
insane.
it
Yeah.
was it hard way? Like, did he bust him up on hard
I don't
way, or-
know, man. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
I don't know either. It could have been, but like, they do cut away, so he might have sliced his own head open. But
You know what I
Or-
thought
or
might have
used the-
happened? You know what I thought might have happened at the beginning of this match is like I like to watch for when these wrestlers like aren't holding back or when they get kind of pissed off. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because the beginning of the match looked really kind of intense because it started out Mox is doing his thing through the crowd and Yuta jumps out of the ring before Mox even gets into the ring.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like there might have been a couple little botches there, right? So when they get back into the ring, it looked like Mox put a couple stiffs on him.
you know what I'm
saying?
Gave him a couple potatoes. It's like, hey, bro, we didn't talk about you jumping out before the belly
Yeah.
rang. What the hell?
Yeah, it looked like, yo, dog. So, yeah.
Well,
Have a
hey,
little respect.
not that there's anybody watching, but don't forget to hit that like button. I'm just
Did I-
doing
did I
my,
hit it?
you know.
Of course.
Whatever.
See, that's for when you repost this on YouTube, and if somebody's watching
Yeah.
it later, they still need to know about the
Mhm.
engagement and everything.
Yeah. So let's go back to Dynamite. Or was that everything? What there was another match. There was a chicks match, but it was
Yeah, I don't watch
forgettable.
chick matches. I should,
was,
but I just don't.
No, they're good, but this one was it was a chick with the one eye, and she was being a bitch because she was a good guy, but like, what's her name? She's with with Brian Pillman's kid, and anyway,
I don't know.
apparently none of us remember, so it's forgettable.
I think there was also Owen Hart qualifier on Wednesday that they did.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about. It was a chick Owen Hart qualifier girls match with
There
the
was
chick
some
with the eye
lines, yeah.
patch, and hold up, let me look it up. It was and Hikira Shida.
Sheeta?
Hikira, yeah, Shida.
Okay.
Sheeta goes over, and the chick with the eye patch, her name's Julia Hart. That's what it is.
Oh,
Julia
okay.
Hart.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, I guess that sums up our feelings on that match. All right, let's talk about Rampage. This is Rampage, baby. This is Rampage.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the best hour of wrestling ever. Like, seriously. I mean, how
Mhm.
they squeeze so much into an hour. I mean, I know how.
Well, you
'cause
know
they
what they
don't-
do? Well, first off, they don't spend 30 minutes on introductions.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They
So-
don't do intros. There's no entrances. Like,
Yeah.
everybody, they're all in the ring. They come in like, ladies and gentlemen, like blah blah blah. You know, it's like, but dude,
Yeah.
the first match. So did you see the Bryan Danielson
Oh, yeah.
versus
Yeah.
Trent
I
Beretta
did.
match?
I did.
Well, talk to me, brother. What did you think? It was so
Pretty good.
right?
It was, Danielson did all of his moves, and he made Trent Beretta look pretty good, and Trent Beretta stood up pretty well, I thought. Not my best match I've ever won, but I feel like I feel like when these Danielson and Mox are wrestling these guys, they're really trying to make these guys look good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
totally. No,
So-
they're not squash matches. They're pretty
No,
long.
no.
Both of the matches, like the Danielson and the Moxley match, were
Yeah.
long. They were not
Yeah.
quick like
I mean,
matches.
It was it was a good match. I mean, you could tell they're trying to put that Beretta dude over a little bit, and it was a long 15-20 minute match. I liked it. It
Dude,
was really
I
good.
love that gotch style pile driver.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that at all in
Yeah.
WWE.
Nope.
Like that's what I
Did-
love about AEW. They do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Did Beretta have anybody in his corner from Best Friends?
No, he didn't.
Uh-uh.
Really?
No, and
Okay.
Danielson didn't have anybody in his corner, but Regal was. Oh,
He
I
was
got
up
to
at the
mention that
announcer table.
he was on the
Yeah.
announcer table. So I text this to Roland. I have to pull this up. I said it was the quote of the night. Do you remember this, dude? Quote of the night. He goes, William Regal says this about Bryan Danielson. It was great. He goes, don't let the vegan hippie thing fool you. I thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, that's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's just gold right now. So then after that was
QT Marshall and Swerve Strickland.
yeah. The what was it? Chris Jericho's sports entertainer of the week, QT Marshall. It's like, come on, whatever. And then he lost, so whatever.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I
You
actually
got
did.
fuzzy. There.
Okay, I did say while watching this to my girl, even though she had no idea what the hell I was talking about, I was like, "Baby, this is like the Black Shawn Michaels. This dude's great." Swerve Strickland, like he's
Swerve?
like, yeah. I can you see that? Like he reminds me of like a young Shawn Michaels.
I don't know enough about him to actually have an opinion.
Well, I don't either, but I
because,
just mean in this match because like he hopped around and.
Yeah, he definitely can bump and can sell, and with his athleticism, he definitely works well in multiple types of structured matches. I'm just trying to remember from his NXT days and everything like that. But no,
see, I never watched NXT, so that's where he's from because I didn't even know where he was from.
Yeah, so the group that he was in NXT was called Hit Row. It was him.
Oh, they were on SmackDown for a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Hit Row. Okay, so he was a part of Hit Row. Okay,
he was part of Hit Row. Yeah, and he was definitely the best wrestler, in-ring wrestler out of the group.
Dude, like I'm telling you, like they're like he really, I'm calling it now. It's going to be on YouTube forever. Like I see that dude having a Shawn Michaels type career if he stays on the same trajectory because he really does remind me of
strong, dude.
No, like he really. Like he had a lot of shit that reminded me of Shawn Michaels, it just so keep an eye on that guy. The next match really pissed me off. It was another Owen Hart Cup women's qualifying match.
Oh yeah, the girls.
It didn't end the way that I wanted because first of all, I don't like Red Velvet at all. She's a scrawny little bitch. Sorry. Whatever.
Hit the fast forward button.
Yeah. Willow Nightingale. I don't know who she is. They said that she earned the spot to do this in Ring of Honor, which is cool. So I guess she's from Ring of Honor. And how refreshing would that have been if somebody new wins? But I'm almost starting to think that maybe Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor so he could like bury those wrestlers to put his over. Because this kind of seems to be what's happening.
I mean, I'll say this so far for the cup qualifier first round matches, it seems like you have the obvious winner versus somebody who's either from Ring of Honor or we're talking Dark Elevation. They're getting a TV match to showcase them a bit, so they're getting some exposure. It's their first match.
The crowd, the crazy thing was, so I know you haven't seen it and Vader fast forwarded through it. The crowd was solidly behind Willow. Solidly. They were like chanting for her. And then even at the end. So because of that, because wrestlers are smart, kind of like, remember Hogan versus Rock?
Yeah.
So Rock was like, I'm going to be a heel. So Red Velvet, who's normally a face, she turns heel basically. And at the end, she starts actually doing the Hulk Hogan thing, being a smartass, so,
I mean,
but I did not like the outcome, but
Yeah, I will say this early on, and for all the Ring of Honor wrestlers, and this goes back if you listen to the dirt sheets and all the reporting, like none of those guys had contracts under Ring of Honor, and they were filling it out through Card of Honor last weekend. So Tony might not keep him around. He might be figuring out who he wants on that roster, how he's going to expand the roster. He moved basically all the belts off of the Ring of Honor guys onto his own guys,
which is weird because he bought Ring of Honor, and if you're going to have two wrestling that's why I'm saying it should be like the NXT. You know what I mean? Like anyway. Go ahead,
but he bought Ring of Honor for the name and for the
library.
Yeah, I don't think he bought it for any wrestler that was there, because any wrestler he could just sign later on.
Right, like
you
Jay,
know?
like he got Jay Lethal before he
He
bought
got
Ring of
Jay
Honor.
Lethal.
Yeah,
He's gonna. Jonathan Gresham doesn't want to go to WWE. Where else is he gonna go? Japan, you know.
yeah.
Bandito, like he'll get the big guys, and anybody
Yeah.
he doesn't want under his banner. I know it's Ring of Honor, but it's still TNT, TBS, AEW. Hey guys, we'll fill a contract. Thanks for the the one time visit, and then we're good. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how that plays out. And then the
Yeah.
final match of Rampage, the greatest Rampage match, in my opinion. And I
Best
never
one
thought
I've
I'd,
seen.
yeah, I never thought I'd say this about Wheeler Yuta, but
Mhm.
the Wheeler Yuta versus John Moxley was the main event. And oh my God, this was a 20-minute clinic. I'd like Vader to talk about it first because you said it best, man.
I've
It was
already
like
said
Ric
it.
Flair. Yeah,
It was just an old school bloody, like you said, clinic, man. They threw out all the stops. It was incredible to watch. I was highly entertained. I had to I'm laying in bed next to my sleeping wife and I'm trying to like not yell at the TV.
Right on.
You know what I mean? And wake her up because she'll get pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep the volume down just so I don't wake her up anyway,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but I haven't seen a match like that in years.
And it's
years.
and it was on free TV.
And it was free. That was
Yeah.
the crazy part. Yeah, it was absolutely wild. I'm just the punishment these guys are dishing on themselves to sell their brand is just incredible.
I have the TNT app on my. I have a one of those Roku TVs, and so I have the TNT app, and I watch it on. I watch Dynamite on the TBS app, which I also have on my TV, and then Rampage on the TNT app. And I wish I had Fight TV because I hate the picture-in-picture stuff. But like my friends who watch it on Fight TV tell me that they're like, oh no, they don't do the picture-in-picture. We actually get to hear everything they're saying, and it's still
nice.
There's no commercials. And I was like, oh, that'd be nice, but yeah, but I don't want to pay an extra $10 a month for Fight TV just to not have commercials on my wrestling. But at least they do the picture-in-picture thing. But I don't know, man.
You'd also get the pay-per-views, right? Or do you still have to pay extra for the pay-per-views to Fight You?
That I don't know. I honestly don't know. So
no, we don't. I don't think. Well, on Fight TV, I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they make you, dude. They want the money. They make you pay for everything, except for WWE. They just want, I was about to be like, they just want your $9.99 a month. They don't even do that anymore. They sold the Peacock, dude. Did you hear about like WWE's probably like Disney is there any truth to the rumor that Disney's thinking about buying WWE? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've heard that
about
rumor.
this?
I've seen people report it. I mean,
how crazy would that be if Disney bought
it'd
WWE?
be awful.
Yeah, it's like WWE they're not actively shopping it, but it is for sale. And they're building their portfolio to make it more enticing to sell, whether Disney buys it, Fox buys it, Sony buys it, whoever,
Dude, like I just want to point out, if you think about it, if Disney buys it, Drax could fight Batista in a video game. Just saying.
That would be pretty funny.
Anyway, well, hey, we covered all the AEW stuff. Is there any other AEW stuff you want to go over, Vader?
No, man, no. I've just been super impressed with the product this week because I've actually had a chance to sit down and watch it.
I have a general question for you guys then.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts and feelings on Hangman Page's run and how they've been booking him and kind of handling his run so far?
Oh, Vader, you go first.
Oh, I can't even comment on it because I'll be honest, I haven't been able to watch a whole lot because I work nights and I don't really see a lot.
So here's the thing.
So I don't know a lot about Hangman Page. Like I said, I don't know a lot about a lot of these wrestlers in AEW because they're all from the independent and Japanese circuit, right? A lot of them were initially in. But if it's not Chris Jericho or Samoa Joe or somebody, somebody that's from old WWE, I really am not familiar with them at all. So which is real quick, which is fun for me because that's why I'm enjoying it because I don't know a lot of these guys. So it's kind of a cool and new.
Well, hopefully
to me. So
you can watch Rampage next Friday because Hangman Adam Page is going to have a Texas death match or something with
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole,
yeah.
But to answer your question, Roland.
Okay.
I have not been impressed.
Okay.
And it bums me out because I want long-term storytelling, and they gave us long-term storytelling in like the longest possible way. And like, what did it take him? Like, how many years did it take him to get the
2
title?
years. Yeah.
Yeah, and he finally gets it. And he's defended his title twice or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like right? Like correct me if I'm
and
wrong, please, because he
I
defended
want
against
to. Was
Adam
it
Cole
Brian
last time
Danielson
and
Adam
Brian
Cole? Were
Danielson.
those the two actual title
That's it.
ones? Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And he's about in
So,
his third title defense is going to be against the same like Adam
same
Cole,
guy.
So
Yeah.
I'm not that, I actually really enjoyed his chase a lot more than his reign. And
Yeah.
and I love Hangman Adam Page, but I just he's better chasing the gold than holding it, in my opinion. So
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
No, I don't think it's been handled well since he's become the champ. It always feels like he is the third or fourth most important or biggest star or storyline when you are the champion. I mean, during his reign, they've had a lot of big names come in. That's the headline and everything, and he's just kind of plodding along.
That's
and
what
yeah,
see, and they didn't plan for that. Like, so when they booked out this long-term thing, which I
Yeah.
appreciate and I love, they didn't
Yeah.
know they were going to get CM Punk or Brian
Right.
Danielson. You know what I mean? They didn't know that.
No,
So
and how can you plan that? But with everything else that's going on, the MJF feud, CM Punk feud was bigger than the Hangman feud, whatever was going on at that time.
yeah,
He never had
Yeah.
the most important storyline.
Jesus.
Whether it was their fault or just the circumstances, he kind of became an afterthought.
yeah.
I would like to. Eventually, he's going to lose the belt probably sooner than they were anticipating. He'll get it
Yeah.
back later. I think his second run will be a better run
So-
in the company.
So let me ask you this then. Do you think what direction do they go? Because CM Punk's made it clear he's going after the title, and because of the ranking system, he's going to be next in line after Adam Cole. So do you
Okay.
think, one, who do you think is going to win, Adam Cole or Adam Page? And
Okay.
which leads into two, CM Punk's going to face one of those, and he's winning. Who do you rather him face? It's kind of
so
the same
Hangman's
question, but different.
Hangman's going to win because it's too early to have a title change for the AEW Championship on Rampage. That should happen in Vegas in Double or Nothing. That's
So
when
what
that
are
should
you
happen.
like turning CM Punk heel then? Are you going to do a face versus face match? Like,
Could do that.
I mean, they probably would do face versus face because even if one of them was the heel, the crowd's going to be behind both of them. But I think they'd be behind Punk more.
oh, totally.
So if that's the route if that's the route they're going to go, where if Punk's next in line, they probably would put the belt on Punk. I don't know if they have another so this is my opinion. Whatever plans they had, because Tony Khan said at some point he knew who his first 4 champions were going to be. He had that plotted out. Whatever Hangman's run was supposed to be, I think got derailed because Kenny had to leave due to injuries. I think Kenny was supposed to be around during the beginning of Hangman's reign, maybe even have a rematch there, or
build Adam Page up some more, get another win over.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Do they have any big pay-per-views scheduled in Chicago in the next year? 6 months?
Shit, I don't even know.
All
the
Out
only
will
one
be
I
in
know
Chicago
of
because that's where CM Punk will win the
What'd you
belt.
say? All Out is in December?
No, it's
Is that what you said, Roland?
September. It's a fall one. Yeah,
it's a
September,
fall one.
Fall.
So
that's where CM Punk will win.
So you think he'll lose in Vegas and then like win in Chicago?
He'll win in his hometown.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's just
they hold off Punk going forward until September. I mean, you can have Jonathan Gresham fight him at Double or Nothing, and you could just be a champ versus champ kind of filler feud, no titles on the line, Jonathan Gresham, he's the Ring of Honor unified champion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
I have no idea who the hell that guy is. So
exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they're going to do Hangman's feud. You're just like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Yeah.
And
really that's not doing him any favors, man. He needs to. He needs to be beating some big name people. You know what I mean? Like,
So who are our big names? CM Punk, which
You got
Vader brings
John
up a good
Moxley's
point.
a
Hold
big
that off.
name. Brian Danielson's a big name. So he's already beat Brian
They're
Danielson. He could beat
they're in a very different storyline that doesn't require a title, so they're going to stay there.
right.
Chris Jericho.
MJF
Chris
in a
Jericho. No,
storyline with
Jericho, and
Wardlow.
now Jericho's a heel. That'd be a great one.
Yeah,
That'd be a great one.
but he's also in a storyline that doesn't involve the title, and he might actually go against Moxley and Regal and Danielson. You know,
I can
That'd
see
be
that
interesting.
because they're
MJF's in a
pro
feud with
wrestlers
Wardlow.
and they're sports entertainers.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Yeah.
actually really cool.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Cole's probably the biggest name. After that, Samoa Joe. But if you do the tie-in with Ring of Honor, you could get to the Jonathan Gresham in there. But all of their
Yeah.
big headline-catching signings are kind of with something else. Because even the Adam Cole is leading to a split between the Red Dragon and the Elite and the Young Bucks. So Hangman's just kind of at the top of the heap, but no other main eventers with him. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
good.
Yeah.
that is going to segue me to another person that is at the
Okay.
top of the heap, who's a main eventer, who's in God mode and has nobody else really
Talking about John
yet.
Cena, right?
I'm talking about Roman Reigns.
Oh God, I don't know anything about
The other guys.
Acknowledge
Yeah.
me. All right. Well,
That's my cue. I'm gonna
all
bail.
right, Vader.
I'm gonna
All right,
go.
man. Well, hey, thanks for
Okay,
joining
buddy.
us for the AEW part.
Oh,
man.
that's cool, man. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta get up
Yeah.
early and talk about Star Trek in the morning.
Oh shit, I do too.
Yeah, so set your alarm.
I will, man.
So
I'll
yeah,
be there.
man. All right, Roland, nice seeing you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Nice
and,
meeting you, buddy.
Yeah, man. You too, Danny. We'll talk to you later as well.
I'll see you in the morning.
Peace
All right.
out, guys.
So I love Vader. He's such a cool guy.
Nice. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, so Roman Reigns. I'm sorry.
Roman Reigns.
I
yeah.
have a bunch of wrestling shirts, right? But there's only one wrestler who I have multiple shirts of, and it's Roman Reigns. I
Roman Reigns.
have the Acknowledge Me shirt,
Okay.
and then I have the Head of the Table shirt.
Gotcha.
I love
Okay.
Roman. Like Roman Reigns is the best wrestler on planet Earth right now, in my opinion. Like I know, what's his name?
Yeah, you know,
go ahead.
I would say complete package in ring, how his matches are structured, how his storylines are structured, his promos, the presentation.
Dude, his promos
everything.
are fucking fire. I love
Yeah.
his promos.
He is the champion, and the company is clearly behind him. Maybe unlike AEW and Hangman, where they're just kind of missing the ball. Not here. They have hit it out the park. Like the whole presentation. Yeah, number one. You know,
Dude, he's like, I was kind of worried, but I loved. So we're gonna go backwards. I
Okay.
loved the outcome of WrestleMania. I love the fact that Roman Reigns, in his words, smashed Brock Lesnar. Like smash Brock Lesnar, and is now the undisputed unified WWE Universal Champion, or Universal WWE Champion, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
They just need to get rid of it. They need to get rid of this Universal garbage and just
I'm surprised
call it
he's
like
holding.
just have one title.
I'm surprised he's holding two belts because they do have a new design. There was photos from Dallas of a big new design billboard and everything for the new belt. I have a feeling they're just holding off on bringing it out because they want him to do the Becky 2 belts for a bit, but he'll get a new belt.
Yeah. Well, and then so on SmackDown earlier tonight, he alluded, and hey, because I'm a cheapskate and I'm on the free version of StreamYard, which is why their logo is up there, we only got 11 minutes left, just so you know.
Oh,
so we gotta,
okay.
we gotta hurry.
Okay.
So Brock Lesnar brought the fight, and it was nice and it was cool, but and I get how they kind of still protected him because Roman Reigns did the crotch shot and the belt smash, but he did kick out of what, like 2 F5s? Was it 2?
Yeah.
1 or 2? Was it 2? Yeah, it was 2 F5s.
He kicked out of F5s, big moves, yeah.
Dude, and so I didn't even mention this earlier. Wheeler Yuta kicked out of 2 paradigm shifts. That was so impressive back on the AEW thing. Sorry. Like 2 of them. I was like, man, that's a. Anyway, I love how AEW is really good at building new stars.
Right.
WWE needs to learn how to do that because they built 1 star, and that's Roman Reigns. And
Yeah.
how long did that take them? Like 10 years? Like
Yeah.
literally?
Yeah.
Because they were trying to shove him
Yeah.
down our throats at
Yeah.
first, and nobody liked him. And now that he's a cocky asshole heel, everybody loves him. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be
Oh, yeah.
surprised if they do a babyface turn with him sometime soon. But
Well, I mean, I imagine
your
if they're
thoughts on that
sticking to the
match?
story plan. On the match, I thought it was a good match. Kind of disappointing that he got injured at the end, and they kind of had to call it a little bit sooner.
Do you
So the
think that was a
finish
shoot
little
injury? Because I don't think it was. I think it was a bullshit injury.
flat.
You think it was real?
I think it was a shoot injury because of the way it finished. They called it to, wrestled, 1 spear, end it. I think there was more to the match, and some of the dirt sheets were reporting that, yeah, he did hurt himself then. He thought it was serious, and they kind of
I
called it
mean, he
quits.
looked great on SmackDown. He didn't seem to be favoring his
So
shoulder, or
it's not as bad as what there, but like he did get hurt to end it sooner. I mean, fortunately, they were 15 minutes into it already, and they were already in the final act. But it wasn't a big swell ending. So ending is a little flat. It was your typical, Paul Heyman, big guy, finisher spam, video game, take out the barricade, type of match, which is just what they needed. It capped off a weekend of sports entertainment. That's how you were going to do it. Brock wasn't going to have the psychological match. You didn't need the 45-minute, Roman, this is what you asked for type of thing. It doesn't go to Brock's character. Let him
I wish we
fight.
had. I wish we had more time. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2 because we have so much left to talk about.
So
and I don't mean to cut you off, but
in general, what were your thoughts on Mania, SmackDown, Mania, Raw, SmackDown after, just as a whole, how WWE did it?
So I gotta talk about Pat McAfee's match with you, though, man. Come on, like, please.
Well, when does your hour reset? When does the reset?
We've got 8 minutes, literally, exactly 8 minutes.
No. But
so,
when do we get another free hour?
I think we can just do it right away. It's just a separate video, So
we could do a separate
take us
video.
a couple minutes. Yeah, we can do a separate video.
I mean, realistically, this is an hour long. You should probably chop it up for the YouTube videos to get some more.
Oh, I'm not gonna. I don't do any video editing. I'm just gonna leave it out there. I don't care. I never wanted to do a channel. I've been like they used to. Everybody called me the Kato Kalin of YouTube because I'm a guest on everybody's show, but I don't have my own show. And then everybody was like, "You should do your own show," and I'm like, "I don't want to because I don't want to have to edit videos and do all this shit." And they're like, "Just do live streams." And so here I am, and
Well,
that's why I have.
We could call this
one viewer.
Podcast part 1. Because can an hour really fill in 2 nights of WrestleMania, 2 go-home shows, 2 after shows, and AEW?
And AEW? No. No.
Yeah.
But we do have enough time. Let's talk about Pat McAfee's match to end out part 1. We'll call it part 1.
Part 1.
I'll let you go first, man. Come on. Do you watch? First of all, actually, let me ask you this. Do you watch the Pat McAfee show on YouTube? Because I do.
I do, yeah. I catch his clips and everything. Okay. I don't watch it start to finish, but yeah, I watch it.
Did you watch his thing with Vince before WrestleMania?
Yes, I watched the Vince.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Go ahead. Sorry. All right.
Yeah. No, so I watched Pat's 2 matches in NXT, so I knew he could move around the ring. Austin Theory
did you know he could jump? Did he ever do that before? Because I never saw his previous...
jump. No. So the jump to the top rope, I surprised.
That was impressive. Yeah.
But being able to do a flip, being able to be athletic, I mean, that didn't surprise me. But some of the moves, I'm like, oh, there we go. Austin Theory carried the match, but didn't have to carry it a lot. He sold when he needed to. They set his spots up right so Pat could get his big high spots. They didn't put him in any situation where he couldn't do. He wasn't, chain wrestling on the ground.
People can say whatever they want about Austin Theory, but I'll tell you this: I've never seen a better sell of the Stone Cold Stunner in my life.
That was a very Rock esque stunner
Yeah,
cell
right.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
it was better than The Rock. He went up higher and he kicked his legs out and everything. That was
So,
awesome.
no, I think the match did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to entertain you. It was supposed to give you that wow factor. It was supposed to, I want Pat to win. It gave you that comeback. It gave the Pat to win, and it led into the post-match angles with McMahon, with Stone Cold. It hit all the notes it was supposed to do. It knew what it was. Pat did a great job.
Okay.
Austin did a great job.
Well,
So
yeah, Pat and Austin theory and Steve
yeah,
Austin did. But okay, then
yep.
let's talk about the worst sell of a Stone Cold Stunner I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sure you would agree. Vincent Kennedy
You
McMahon.
know,
And you know what else is sad? We haven't seen him since his match with Bret Hart. And when he took his jacket
no,
off and we saw his old man arms, I was like, why,
yeah.
Vince? This is not how I want to remember you. At least when you fought Bret, even though that was a shitty match, you still looked jacked as fuck. You know, you were
I,
swole. Now you got like,
I, yeah. I
yeah.
will say this, um, in terms of a one more match type of thing, this isn't a Saudi Arabia, you know, shake your head match. This isn't a Ric Flair TNA thing. It was, hey, Vince wants one. 6 years later, he comes in. Pat in
Hey, hold
solid
up.
form. It wasn't against a wrestler, you
If
know.
Ric Flair hadn't gone to TNA, we'd have never got the gold that was the Ric Flair Jay Lethal promo. And I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that was gold.
yeah.
Where Jay
I mean,
Lethal's doing
Ric
Ric Flair
Flair
to
did
Ric
mentor
Flair.
AJ for a while. So I mean, I like Ric Flair's run in TNA. He shouldn't have been wrestling in TNA. That's it.
He shouldn't have been. No, I agree with that.
No.
But that promo
But
he had with Jay Lethal, that is
yeah.
gold, man.
But in terms of one
That's
more
my
match
line.
over
That's
the
my
hill
line.
match,
No, that's my line.
it was fine for what Vince did. You know,
Yeah.
clothesline.
Oh,
You
those
know,
clotheslines
there
were
you go.
pathetic. And he even did it from the wrong side. Like he clotheslined him like he should have clotheslined him
Yeah,
from the other
but
side.
you know, they didn't have him try to do something stupid. Just Pat will fall down for you. Just make contact. Okay, that's all they did.
Yeah.
So
And
if
and
I'm
and and,
looking at
and
my timer right, we got 3 minutes to go.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we know that this is part one. For everybody who was watching this later on YouTube or found it, check out part two. We're going to be back here. It'll be up on the same channel and everything. For this video, like and subscribe, comment. How do you like our style? What you want to talk about? What do you think
Look
of
at this
Hangman
guy.
Page? Everything like that. You
Look at this
know,
guy. You're doing my
I
job
know,
better than me.
I know how to do it. I'm going to turn it over to Dork Knight over there so he can give all the like and subscribe and socials and follows, and then we'll set up for part two.
All right. So
Yeah.
I think you already did all that for me, but you know, if you want to follow me,
There
right
you go.
there at Dork Knight
Very good.
LV, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the
Yeah.
socials. But like the only one that matters is YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. No, I'm kidding. Twitter's the one I'm on the most. I actually
Okay.
loathe Facebook. I'm only back on Facebook. I was off Facebook for 2 years. I'm only back on it now because I guess I should mention my charity since we got a minute left.
There you
I'm a part of I'm the marketing director for the Las Vegas Cosplayers Alliance, and that's CAUSE cause, not COS.
Yeah.
And what they do is it's a charity that kind of this might sound weird, but I love it. It's a charity whose purpose is to work with other charities, but because they provide a service to other charities. So let's say Adam's Place is a charity that works with children who suffer from a loss. So it's a grieving. It's like say a kid's parents died or a brother or something
Right.
like that. So they go to Adam's Place to get grieving counseling. And so they do events and they'll hit up the Las Vegas Cosplayers Alliance to be like, hey, this kid likes, Pokemon, or this kid likes Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Can you come out as those characters and, brighten up his day? And like, yeah. And that's what I
Okay.
love about it, because they don't just do superheroes. They do everything, Harry Potter, like any and everything. So it's really cool. And they work with multiple charities, St. Jude's, Candlelighters. We just did speaking of Adam's Place, the other night, last night, actually, I did an event with them at a Jaguar dealership here in Vegas for Adam's Place, which was really awesome. So if you guys want to check those out,
yep,
check them out. It's
Yeah,
cosplayersalliance.org. So
that's on your Facebook feed, and your Twitter feeds your more podcasting, musings stuff, wrestling on the at Dork
Yeah.
Knight. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, we got 20 seconds, so we're gonna wrap up. And for the 3 people apparently that are in the chat, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Cool. There we go.
All right.